In this video, we will be going over whether Bitcoin is going to dip up to 20 or 30% in these lower support boxes, and we'll be looking at some price targets as well as the liquidation heat map, which is going to give us those price targets and also a good estimate of where the market is sitting. Some more important funding data, which is also a good estimate of how the current market sentiment is, and some exclusive order book analysis data. But first, let us start with this structure and the price targets. We've communicated in probably every single of the last Bitcoin update videos that a possible scenario is that we are in, well, either one of those scenarios. It doesn't really matter for this current correction, and that we have possibly seen a top, formed a top or are close to a top, and are now seeing a correction. Well, we've discussed in the last video why 100k has probably been a local top. To conclude that just very quickly, we have seen a lot of buying pressure from ETFs and Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy up here, and we still didn't break the 100k. And if we look later on at the order book analysis, you will see exactly why this is so hard to cross the 100k. But for now, looking at these two scenarios, it is very possible that we run into this support zone. The blue support zone is our primary scenario. So this basically just means the green one can happen as well, but we think the blue one is more likely. So for now, and of course we will update you on this as soon as there is some more price data where we can make better decisions. But for now, we are assuming, because this uptrend scenario has been looks like it has formed the top, and now we're expecting the price to run into this support box and looking if this holds. So basically between 88.4k and 76.064. Of course, it's not financial advice, but this is our opinion and this is what we think is going to happen. Looking at the liquidation heat map next, we've also pointed this out in the last videos, and as you can see, there is a lot of liquidity has built up at the 100k mark, but why that might not even do anything good for us, I will explain later when we get to the order book analysis. But looking at the liquidity below, we've pointed this out in the last videos, and we're going down nicely and collecting all of it. We collect this, we're collecting this, and now it just looks like we're going to collect probably all of this and dip below the 90k. It's a very possible scenario, and if it's a very bearish scenario, which we don't know, it's not our primary scenario, but it can always happen, is that we dip as low as something like 74k. But remember those price targets here. If we liquidate all of this, where do we go down to? Where do we go down to? 88, 87k. And looking at this, 88k, that's the start of the support box. So somewhere in here we might fall, also based on the heat map data. Looking at the funding rate, we have also been outlining this in the past videos. This basically shows sentiment by how many people are long compared to how many people are short. And currently there are still significantly more people long than short, but not to such a great extent anymore. The price or the market has sort of been cooling off these past days. It's been very low all of the time, basically. There's not been any incredibly high spikes, at least not for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. But for now, this is not a reason why we need to go down. It's not very high, so we need to be cooling off. This is fine for now. Now, looking at the order book analysis, and this is a screenshot from my personal Twitter account. You can follow that if you want to, but of course we will be discussing the things I will post, the knowledge, also on this YouTube channel. What I've posted is that there is as much combined selling pressure in the order books from this price area to this price area. Looking at the chart, I've drawn this up for you here. This is basically, there is as much people wanting to sell here as there is people wanting to buy in this entire region here. So there's just trying to visualize this, there is an incredible amount of people trying to sell the Bitcoins at basically at or around $100,000. That's why Michael Saylor, the ETFs, and all of that, what we have discussed in the last video, have not been able to break out of the 100k. And that's why we think is currently a more bearish scenario, because there is just so much selling pressure that we would need so much buying pressure, logically, to be surpassing that. And currently, there is no one that can put up this buying pressure. ETFs have record inflows, that hasn't helped. Michael Saylor was buying billions, that hasn't helped. Retail was buying, that hasn't helped. So I think we will need another bigger correction until we get the amount of people back in market who are going to buy and spend that amount of money to push us past the 100K. But yeah, I think with that enough said, that was it for this video. You probably know our price targets right now. What you can see in the background is our website, which is something, it's the first link in the description. You can access if you want. We offer analysis, price signals, trading signals, all of that, a course and so on, and it's cancelable on a monthly basis. Here you can see all of our memberships who are currently on sale as well. Feel free to check that out. First link in the description. I think that is enough said. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.